Awesome.
So how does it work when you have a soap or you have whatever, like you have particularly a soap product, a shampoo, how does it work with the scents? Okay, because I know there's a lot of fragrance and a lot of fake stuff out there. What do you use to make the stuff smell a certain way?
Essential oils.
But can you explain that? Because
high-end,
what is an essential oil in the first place?
It's an oil that comes from a tree or a plant.
Okay.
Or from some kind of natural earth tone. It's extracted from that product. I am not the technical guy. My wife, she develops all the products. She literally is formulated. She's in a little kitchen right now. Actually, we have it set up at our house for us because she doesn't like to go in the office sometimes, so she works from home now. She has that freedom, right? She handles a lot of the back end stuff, but she handles the formulations for new things. She's literally in the kitchen formulating new products right now, where she is taking different products of essential oils and herbs and these different fats and different things and blending them together to see if they'll make the things she's thinking of. Do you know what I mean? It's cool. So I'm like, you formulate it, and then she goes, it was a pinch of this and it was a pinch of that. I said, I need it in weight, lady. Give it to me in weight. So she gets it me in a weight, and then I break it down to percentages, because you have to base everything off percentages, because that's how you can scale something to a higher amount, right? If it's 1 pound, that doesn't mean shit. You need to know percentages, because 1 pound only give you the end product of that amount, whatever is connected to that 1 pound.
Now, are you buying essential oil kind of like this, like a doTERRA thing, like a little essential oil packet, or like what are you doing? What does it mean essential oil? You're getting a freaking a flower and you're smashing it, or what do you do?
No, they're already extracted from the things, but we buy them, dude. If you came to my office, if anybody, it's the coolest thing is I have old bottles that we used to use back in 2015. I still have these bottles. They're going to go on a display later, because that's what we started with to the bottles that we have now. They're literally these little canisters that are this big up to this size. And now we have bought, there's one essential oil that we've bought in a fucking 55-gallon drum of. You know what I mean? And we have 5-gallon buckets of this essential oil that we buy, and we spend a bucket load of money on all these oils. Literally. It's insane the amount of oils that we have. And the coolest part about all of that is that I use a credit card, but I pay it off 2 weeks later every time, because the money's there for it. I set it up so we don't have zero debt. It's no borrowed money against that. And that's, for me and for this company specifically, it's very important that we don't go into debt. This is like, it's such a love for this company. We don't ever want to lose it in that way. You know what I mean? So it is important that this company is going to stay around for 100 years. I want us to be like an ethical Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Procter & Gamble. Like, we can start there. They started in the 1800s.
I think Dove was probably actually a good soap company at the beginning.
It could have been, yeah.
It's my guess. I don't know. Not good. I mean, look, the truth is, if you can offer $1 soap bar, right, or a 50-cent soap bar, like a pack of 4 soaps for $1, whatever the hell these guys do.
Whatever it is.
Like, that's good, and it serves a customer.
It serves a very specific customer.
It serves a very specific customer, and it's fantastic because it's serving a need. Absolutely. But for me, I go like, I don't think it's good for your skin or good for your health.
It's
you know
not.
What I mean? I think it's pretty. It's negative.
If you go look at the history, look at the history of cancer in this country, from when it started being recognized back in the 50s and 40s, right?
Saying like the percentage.
The percentage is massively higher now based off of the consumer's consumption.
And who knows everything. You have PFOAs, you have this,
God,
you got this, clothing,
disgusting.
You got soaps, you got cookware, you got... There's a lot of things that could potentially are linked to it, right?
Yeah.
And
it's like 1 in 20 people have cancer now, supposedly. Back in 50s and 60s, it was 1 in 10,000 or something. I don't know if that's a true number. I'm just giving you an example of what it is, but it is some crazy number like that. You know what I mean? And you have to like investigate. It's a very simple thing. Look at the products that are being produced and the bodies of things that people are putting on their bodies or in their bodies, and the process that are being done, and the efficacy of that is insane. The amount of lawsuits that all these massive companies get on a day. Friggin' Monsanto's, $1 billion, dude, to one dude or something like that. That was a lawn care guy. You know what I mean? Kudos to him.
Well, I would say I don't know if that one person, but I mean I know there's a lot of like criminal or civil cases that have been for literally in the billion figure.
Right, and
2 documentaries.
Yeah.
The Devil We Know.
I think my wife's watched that one.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Another one is called Root Cause.
Oh, she's watched that one. She loves that freaking documentary.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to say any claims or anything, but I'm just saying, like, you could check out some documentaries and see what viewpoints are out there.
Exactly, and that's the thing. So, but you literally just look at the the history line of it, and you just have to look at it from observation, from hearing from different media sources, people who have cancer, people who have this, obesities and things like that, and all this, just from a history point of then looking at photos of people then and photos of people now, and the difference in masses of their bodies and all these different things, and it's obvious it's by consumption of products.
Something's causing it. Something's causing it, and so it's somewhere in our environment or something. So
exactly, you get my point. So we want to keep that efficacy line going of good, high quality products, and there's a lot of good companies out there. There are some out there that are phenomenal. Yep. We buy from dozens of companies that we love that are kind of like us.
And what's interesting is I think that a lot of it is not that like there's this narrative I think that people have that is like, hey, these big companies are evil or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think the more the truth is, the consumer leads a lot of what happens.
Absolutely.
So there's a company, Primal Kitchen.
Don't know who they are.
So Primal Kitchen, they have the mayonnaise that's in all the grocery stores.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like Primal Kitchen mayo. And it's a guy named Mark...
Zuckerberg. No, I'm just kidding.
Mark whatever.
It's a guy.
Primal Kitchen guy, dude. Okay. He had a blog called Mark's Daily Apple.
Okay.
And he became huge. And then he's like, I'm going to make a mayonnaise that doesn't have canola oil and doesn't have this and whatever. And it's like 3 times the price. When it started selling, then it's like, oh, I met the guy. He was at the 10X GrowthCon at some like VIP place, and I talked to him. Oh, Mark Sisson. His name is Mark Sisson. Okay. And he said, listen, he sold to Kraft. Okay. He sold to Kraft for $500 million. Okay.
Ooh, that's
mayonnaise. And he said that after they sold, they're like, hey, Kraft, all the board, these people went to Mark Sisson and said, listen, how do we service this customer that wants these good, healthy products? And they said, good, they want this. And he's known them many times, and they've been implementing these different, clean ingredients into other brands and other offerings. Because they go, the customer wants that clean product.
Absolutely.
We will make it for them.
And that's amazing. Now, funny enough, let me go back to that. See, it's kind of like me changing my pricing and so forth. They can't just get rid of the price of all the ingredients they have in all the products they're selling.
Absolutely not.
They have to add new products first before 100%. They can change it.
Yeah, if they stop selling, the Kraft mac and cheese, they're gonna go. But no, they're like, hey, can we offer another different mac and cheese that doesn't have this?
Exactly.
And then it's like maybe phasing out, or maybe not phasing out. They're just servicing both customers because the truth is, there is a customer out there that will buy only a $1 box of mac and cheese.
That's right.
That's what they're going to buy.
And then there's a customer like you and I that will go buy the $6 one. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so that's the thing. Where the point is that the companies, they're not inherently evil or good.
Correct.
A lot of times they're chasing,
they're chasing
a lot of
money.
times they hopefully should have a purpose in the company.
Yeah.
To actually
they
service
all say
the people.
They do, but at the end of the day,
so it's like, are they following it, and will they stick to their values? So like us, we had a thing where it's like, hey, we had maybe this pricing that was too high in some places, and said, listen, that's not good for the customer. Let's just bring it down everywhere so people can have a good experience.
Right.
And it's like, yes, that might hurt our profits. It did hurt our profits.
Of course.
But long term, if we're doing a better job servicing the customer, the profits should eventually come because you stand for something and you're doing a job. Exactly. And so what happens is like Kraft, these people, hey, part of that is servicing the customer so they can live. Dude, people, they rant and hate on foods and whatever, or soap, but it's like, dude, if you have no soap or a soap or whatever, some people would say, I need a soap because I'd rather not smell like ass, okay? And the other person would be like, I'd rather have bad food, so to speak, rather than starve.
Right.
So the truth is that
there's two different customers. End of story. You're wrong. You're not wrong about that at all. And at the end of the day, all those companies did start to do one thing. They do change their values when they are, especially when they have boards and they become publicly
some of them
traded.
Do. Absolutely.
They
that
have
has happened.
Fiduciary duties and so forth that they have to make more money, and it's always how much more money can we make.
You know what's weird is that a lot of times when people they say, hey, I have to get the fiduciary duty, I have to make more profit.
Yeah.
They might make more profit potentially for a year or 2 or 3.
Right.
And then it goes down because they lose a trust.
Exactly.
So in the way, the fiduciary duty has to do with serving the purpose and serving your customers to the highest level. Right. And that is when you're going to have the maximum fiduciary duty. I mean, I don't know. That's the way I look at it.
You're not wrong. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
But of course, does that follow all the time? Definitely not. 100% not.
Exactly. I like the idea of being very wealthy. You know what I mean? But it's not a drive for me. I want to be very comfortable. I want to have enough reserves. I hope to retire by a time of 50 of making money. I will never retire, ever. I will work till the day I'm dead, 100-something years old, hopefully, right? That's what we all hope for.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I hope for that.
Hey, we'll dude, I exercise 4 days a week now, and I plan on doing that for the next 30 years. So, and being limber and hopefully.
And you'll be 100 at that point.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm already 70. Exactly. Right? Fucker. But
you said it, didn't I?
No, right? Well, keep going. So, but with that, I know I look old. I'm bald. What can I say? I don't, Jesus. But